Ibrahim Traoré caught a CIA agent in his bedroom and then did something unbelievable. Hook. First, 15 seconds. The bedroom door creaked open silently, a shadow slipping inside under the cloak of midnight. Ibrahim Traoré, the resolute leader of Burkina Faso, turned sharply, eyes locking with a man he never expected to see. An intruder from the world beyond, a CIA agent caught red-handed. But instead of anger or fear, what Ibrahim did next would stun even the most hardened watchers of history. Introduction and setup. The heavy air of Ouagadougou at night pressed against the thin walls of the presidential residence. The streets below lay quiet, save for the distant hum of late-night scooters and the occasional bark of a dog. Moonlight filtered through the curtains, casting pale shadows across the modest but dignified bedroom where Ibrahim Traoré, mid-30s, sat on the edge of his bed. His face, carved by years of struggle and responsibility, was calm, but carried the weight of a nation. Outside, the rains had just stopped. Tiny droplets still clung to the leaves of the baobab tree visible through the window. The scent of wet earth mixed with distant smoke from street vendors. Inside, the silence was punctuated only by the rhythmic ticking of a worn brass clock on the bedside table. A clock Ibrahim's late father had gifted him, a symbol of time lost and time yet to come. Ibrahim's thoughts drifted, tangled with memories of battles fought and promises made. The country was fragile, torn by unseen enemies and global forces. Yet here he was, alone in his private sanctuary, wrestling with the knowledge that the peace he sought was threatened not only by open rebellion, but by shadows in his very home. Suddenly, a faint creak, a door left ajar. Conflict, challenge introduced. Ibrahim's eyes snapped open. The door, barely cracked, gave way to a tall figure stepping into the room. The man's face was pale, his eyes cold but cautious, dressed in the dark suit of a foreign agent. He carried a small black device in his hand, something to record, to spy, to gather secrets. "Who are you?" Ibrahim asked, voice low but steady. The man froze, then smiled thinly. "I'm here to protect interests, to ensure stability. By spying on your host?" Ibrahim's gaze was sharp as steel. Tension thickened the air. The man's hand twitched toward a concealed weapon, but Ibrahim stood slowly, unflinching, the resolve in his eyes like a fire, forged through years of hardship. "You came to my home, my private chamber. That makes you no friend. But I am not your enemy. Tell me why you are here." Midpoint revelation, twist. The agent hesitated, the practiced mask slipping for a moment. "Because there are forces, corrupt forces within your government. I was sent to report to prevent bloodshed." Ibrahim's eyes narrowed. "And what if the corruption is not only within my government? What if it is also outside? What if those who send you have their own shadows?" The agent swallowed hard. "You don't understand. We have information about an imminent coup, one that will bring chaos worse than the current unrest." Ibrahim's voice softened slightly, but the fire never dimmed. "I have already lost friends and family to coups and betrayals. Tell me, do you expect me to trust you? Or do you expect me to surrender my country's future to foreign hands?" The man lowered his gaze, conflicted. "There is a way to stop this without more bloodshed, but it requires your trust." In that suspended moment, Ibrahim saw not a spy, but a man caught between duty and conscience, like himself. Climax, emotional breakthrough. Ibrahim stepped forward, extending a hand, not in submission but in solidarity. "You're not an enemy here. You're a witness to history. But you must choose. Will you help rebuild or help destroy?" The agent looked at the hand, then into Ibrahim's eyes, the eyes of a man carrying the hopes of millions. I will help," the man whispered. As the first rays of dawn broke through the window, washing the room in gentle light, a fragile alliance was born, one that would change the course of Burkina Faso's future. Resolution and quiet closure. In the days that followed, the agent worked alongside Ibrahim, exposing the true conspirators behind the unrest, and together they forged a path toward peace. The brass clock ticked steadily on, its steady rhythm, a quiet reminder that time, though fleeting, could heal and transform. And as the sun rose over the city, Ibrahim walked outside, the warm light touching his face, knowing that true leadership was not about enemies and allies, but about choosing hope in the face of darkness. Call to action. If this story touched your heart, consider subscribing for more inspiring tales of hope, healing, and unexpected kindness. Hit the like button and share this with someone who needs it today.